If your plan requires a cooking personality, it won't survive Tuesday. That line sounds funny, but it's the most honest fat loss advice I can give you. Most people don't fail fat loss because they don't know what to eat. They fail because their plan quietly demands a second job. It starts innocent. New recipes, new sauces, all meal prep on Sunday, a grocery list full of ingredients you don't normally buy. Then real life happens. You're tired. The kitchen is messy. You don't want to chop anything. And suddenly, the plan feels like a performance you didn't sign up for. Here's the truth. Fat loss is built on consistency, not culinary ambition. You don't need chef meals. You need repeatable meals that create a calorie deficit without making you miserable. So today, I'm going to show you how to lose fat without complicated meals, using a system that works when your brain is half offline. The biggest mindset shift is simple. Stop trying to cook healthy. Start trying to remove friction. Less friction means you do the plan more often. And doing the plan more often is what changes your body. You can lose fat eating boring food. You cannot lose fat on a perfect plan you only follow twice a week. Why does simple food work so well? Because it protects your decision making. When meals are predictable, you're not constantly negotiating with yourself. You're just eating. What you want is a small set of repeatable dinners that cover most of your week. Not 7 different Pinterest dinners, 3 to 5 defaults you can rotate without thinking. Now let's talk about structure, because structure is what keeps portions from drifting. Here's the pattern that makes meals behave. Start with a protein anchor. Add a big pile of produce, fresh, frozen, or a salad kit, whatever is realistic. Then decide if you want a carb, and keep fats intentional so you don't accidentally turn healthy into maintenance. It's a pattern that keeps dinner predictable. Now I'm going to give you a no-brainer menu. Not a giant list, just enough to give your week a backbone. Pick a few options that fit your life, and repeat them until they feel normal. Here are examples that work because they're simple. Chicken plus a salad kit plus potatoes. Eggs plus frozen vegetables plus toast. Greek yogurt plus berries plus oats. And here's the key. Choose one upgrade, not 5. Microwave rice plus canned tuna plus cucumbers. Ground meat plus a frozen stir-fry mix plus rice with a simple sauce. None of this is glamorous. All of it is effective. This is lazy cooking for fat loss in the best sense. You're saving your energy for life, not dinner. And here's a clean rule you can use to keep your weekdays on track. On weekdays, dinner should be a one-pan meal, a one-bowl meal, or an assembly meal. If it requires 3 pans and a 40-minute cleanup, that's a weekend hobby. It's not a weight loss system. Another thing that changes everything is what I call instant protein. If protein is hard, the whole plan becomes hard. So keep protein options in your fridge that don't require motivation. Eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, rotisserie chicken, canned fish. These make it possible to eat like an adult even when you don't want to cook. Now let's address the part nobody wants to hear, but everyone needs. Calories still matter. You don't need to track your life to respect the basics. If your meals start with protein and produce, and you're not stacking endless upgrades like oil plus cheese plus nuts plus creamy sauce, you usually land much closer to a deficit without obsessing. A lot of people stall because the extras pile up, not because they didn't find the perfect recipe. That's why the simplest sustainable approach is to keep your plan small. Defaults beat motivation. Motivation is unreliable. Defaults are reliable. And here's one more thing that sounds minor, but changes everything. Make the good choice the easiest choice. Keep frozen vegetables you actually like. Keep microwave carbs you can portion. Keep sauces that give flavor without turning dinner into a calorie event. Keep fruit visible. Keep the foods that support your plan in the front of the fridge, not hidden behind chaos. Because fat loss isn't a talent, it's a setup. So if complicated cooking is what's been breaking your consistency, don't try harder. Shrink the plan. Repeat the meals. Let boring win. That's how you get results without living in the kitchen. Full article is on my site if you want the written version. educational content only.